What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel if it's your first time here. My name is Troy, and just like every other dividend YouTuber does, this video is going to feature my top 5 dividend stocks of the week.
What makes him so special?
Hopefully what makes my video different from the others you might see is the quality of the stocks I mention, as well as the occasional stock that you might have never heard of.
We'll see about that.
For those of you who are unfamiliar with how I do things, each of these stocks will have a dividend streak of at least 5 years, a long history of market outperformance, as well as an upcoming ex-dividend date of this coming week. If you want to make sure you get your fix of stocks each and every week, make sure you're subscribed to the channel, as these videos will go live at 8 a.m. Central Time every Friday.
Trust me, you don't want to miss it.
Now, without further delay, let's get to this week's list. Coming in at number 5 on this week's list, we have Universal Display, stock ticker OLED. Universal Display is a quarterly payer in the technology sector, paying $1.60 per share per year with a forward dividend yield of 0.92%. Universal Display has been paying and growing its dividend over the last 8 years. They have a 3-year dividend growth rate of 32.64%, a 5-year dividend growth rate of 42.3%, and a payout ratio of 28.4%. At the time of recording, Universal Display was trading 10.35% off of its 52-week high. It has an ex-dividend date of March 14th with a payout date of March 29th. And here on my channel, I really value individual stocks that outperform the market because I feel like the goal is to buy companies that make your money work the hardest. With that being said, a single investment of $10,000 into OLED 10 years ago, while only reinvesting dividends since then, would have grown into $54,027.78, which comes out to an 18.37% year-over-year return rate, which is compared to the S&P that would have grown that same 10K over the same 10 years into $33,242.49, resulting in a difference of $20,785.29 on the side of OLED. Slotting in at number 4 on this week's list is Capital Southwest, stock ticker CSWC. Capital Southwest is a quarterly payer in the financial sector, paying $2.28 per share per year with a forward dividend yield of 9.54%. Capital Southwest has been paying and growing its dividend over the last 9 years. They boast a 3-year dividend growth rate of 10.29%, a 5-year dividend growth rate of 11.62%, and a payout ratio of 81.78%. At the time of recording, Capital Southwest was trading 8.71% off of its 52-week high. It has an ex-dividend date of March 14th with a payout date of March 28th. And that single investment of $10,000 into CSWC 10 years ago, while only reinvesting dividends since then, would now be worth $118,416.29, which comes out to a 28.03% year-over-year return rate and outperforms the S&P 500 by $85,173.80 over the past 10 years.
Would you look at this?
One thing I thought that was fascinating with this one, which you can see here, was the difference between the 10-year return with and without the dividends being reinvested. Next up is number 3 on this week's list, which is Lind, stock ticker LIN. LIN is a quarterly payer in the materials sector, paying $5.56 per share per year with a forward dividend yield of 1.24%. LIN's been paying and growing its dividend over the last 31 years. They have a 3-year dividend growth rate of 9.81%, a 5-year dividend growth rate of 9.1%, and a payout ratio of 32.51%. At the time of recording, Lind was trading 0.86% off of its 52-week high. It has an ex-dividend date of March 13th with a payout date of March 28th. And you know the drill. That single investment of $10,000 into LIN 10 years ago would now be worth $219,211.17, which is a 36.16% year-over-year return rate, which outperforms the S&P 500 by a mind-boggling total of $185,968.68 over the past 10 years. Now, after hearing the results of that last stock, what if I told you there were 2 more stocks that I like even more than that one?
What? I don't believe it.
Before we get to number 2 and number 1 on this week's list, please do me a favor and leave a like on this video, as it helps other dividend investors find the channel. Thank you for that. And now let's get to these last 2 stocks. Coming in as my second favorite stock of the week is one I'm not sure many of you have ever heard of. Say hello to Ares Management, stock ticker ARES. ARES is a quarterly payer in the financial sector, paying $3.72 per share per year with a forward dividend yield of 2.79%. ARES has been paying and growing its dividend over the last 5 years. They have a 3-year dividend growth rate of 24.4%, a 5-year dividend growth rate of 18.23%, and a payout ratio of 60.8%. At the time of recording, Ares Management was trading 4.56% off of its 52-week high. They have an ex-dividend date of March 14th with a payout date of March 29th. And investing $10,000 into ARES just under 10 years ago while only reinvesting the dividends received, that would now be worth $111,108.56, which comes out to a 27.73% year-over-year return rate, which beats the S&P 500 by a total of $78,544.30 in just under 10 years.
Here it comes, here it comes!
And now we get to see which stock comes in as my favorite stock of the week. Coming in at number 1 on this week's list is Lam Research, stock ticker LRCX. LRCX is a quarterly payer in the technology sector, paying $8 per share per year with a forward dividend yield of 0.82%. LRCX has been paying and growing its dividend over the last 10 years. They have a 3-year dividend growth rate of 14.99%, a 5-year dividend growth rate of 14.42%, and a payout ratio of 22.31%. At the time of recording, Lam Research was trading 0.09% off of its 52-week high. It has an ex-dividend date of March 12th with a payout date of April 3rd. And again, we have that one-time investment of $10,000 into LRCX 10 years ago while only reinvesting dividends since, which would now be worth $221,313.71, which is a 36.29% year-over-year return rate, which outperforms the S&P 500 by more than 6.5 times and results in a difference of $185,968.68 on just 10K just 10 years ago.
Unfreaking believable.
And here to end the video, I want to ask you all a favor. Go ahead and leave any questions you have for me down in the comments below, and I'll personally respond to the one that has the most likes in next week's episode.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
These can be questions on a certain stock, an idea you want to try, or anything else you want my opinion on, so fire away. But with that being said, thank you for sticking around to watch me babble about my top 5 stocks of the week. Remember, all of these stocks have a dividend streak of at least 5 years, a long history of market outperformance, and will have an ex-dividend date of this coming week. Hopefully there's something from this list that'll put a twinkle in your eye and deserves a spot on your watch list, just like this video will do. But until next time, see ya.